Hello students, welcome to Medical360. Last night the provisional allotment from the MCC has come out for across all the colleges, especially GMC and private and everything. All those data has come out. Now what we're going to do right now is to show you for the top 30 colleges what kind of cutoff happened, so that you understand the kind of journey you have or the kind of difference that you had as compared to what happened last year. At the same time, I'll also tell you what is the highest closing cutoff across each of the categories. General, OBC, SC, ST and all those things, so that again you understand whether it's become more difficult for you to get into any of these government medical colleges or is it become easier. Both those things we'll discuss right now. So we're talking of, and by the way, by today evening or something, the final cutoff will also come. But remember, the difference between provisional and final is not much at all. It's rarely been anything. So you can actually take this provisional as something final, unless something happens big, which will of course come back to you and then talk about that also very, very soon, assuming some big change happens. Right now, what we're talking about is the kind of cutoff that was announced late last night and how it's going to impact you. Now, a few of you students also wanted to, take one-on-one counseling or personalized counseling. If you need any counseling, because NEET is a very complicated process, state counseling, all India quota, deemed universities, private universities, many, many things, bond, all those kind of things are there. So if you need any counseling, do reach out to us. This is the number, 8130376334. The message should be NEET, N-E-E-T. And one of our counselors who understands NEET will call you up. Do subscribe to Medical360 because we're creating a lot of content to help students decide for themselves. And this is an advisory series that we're doing in partnership with SRM Medical College, Hospital and Research Center, which is affiliated to the deemed university based in Tamil Nadu in Chennai. And we also created a NEET college predictor, by the way. You can use it yourself, without any counseling also. You can use that and understand what are your chances based on last year's data. It will not be updated for current year's data because that is different. And if you need any more that you want me to cover, please write it in the message box. I'll cover that. My entire objective is simple, that we want to ensure that we cover everything that is your need, your doubt, so that you are clarified, you are very clear about how you must go about doing it. So do message us. And if you like this content, do like this entire thing, because we look forward to your encouragement so that we can keep doing the good work that we're doing. Now let's look at the closing cutoff. First of all, let's look at the closing cutoff across categories, which is general, OBC, SC, ST and EWS. When you look at that data here, and we are comparing year on year, mind you, and we're also giving you the highest closing cutoff last year, so that you know what kind of travel, what kind of journey it had. Remember, at a category level, the volatility is quite high, but at a general merit level, it typically is stabilized, right? So at general merit last year, the highest closing cutoff for a government medical college seat in round 1 was 21,190. This time it's 22,342, which is a 1,152 differential. Why does it happen? Because it means that the government medical college seats have increased to that extent only, and to that extent general merit can get in, which means if you have a 1152, it means that about 2,500-3,000 seats have increased, and because you actually have categories and everything. But that is what has happened last year. So what was 21,190 in the round 1 cutoff last year is now gone up to 22,342. OBC level, what was 21,450 last year is become 23,075. EWS, what was 25,599 last year has become 27,179. Across the three, if you see, where merit is, there is enough competition, and then you can actually have a linear data sequencing that can happen, you very clearly see that it eased off a bit because of the increase in the number of seats that you had in government medical college seats. So OBC was 21,450 last year, it's become 23,075 this year, which is a 1,623 easing off of rank. At SC/ST level, what was 1.1 lakh has become 1.04 lakh, which has become slightly more difficult. And ST level, 1,45,000 has become 1,32,000, which has become again more difficult. But the other thing that you must know is, last time in round 1, it was 21,190 for general government medical college seats for general category, which traveled up to 26,178. So this year, it can go up to 27,500, 28,000 also, because you have so many increase in government medical college seats across the country. Similarly, for what was OBC, 21,452 ended with 26,231, which is about 5,000 rank range. So what is 23,000 will again end up with about 28,000 this time. Similarly, SC and ST is slightly volatile, so I will not get there. But EWS again, what was 25,599 ended with 29,997. This is again a 4,500 rank range. So this 27,179, in my opinion, will end up with at least 32,000. But this is what is the journey in terms of the closing cutoff for the government medical college seats at a category level in round 1 last year and round 1 this year. By the time it finished the counseling in government medical college seats across these categories is what it is. What we'll talk of now is the top 30 college, general merit only we'll talk of. We'll not get into the category because the idea is to show you how it's become more difficult or more easy as far as the college is concerned. Let's start with the most preferred college in GMCs, Vardhaman Mahavir Medical College and Southern Hospital. Last year was 132 round 1 cutoff. This year it's 124 round 1 cutoff. So it's become more difficult by about 8 ranks. Last year it ended in round 1 itself straight away. So 132 it ended. Then Maulazada Medical College 103 last year. This year it's 129. So it's eased off a bit. Last year it ended with 103. So this year also it might end with 129 for all that you know. Then you have AB Vajpayee Institute of Medical Sciences and Dr. Ram Manohar Lohia Hospital 215 last year. This year it's 166. So it's dramatically come down, which means it become that much more competitive. Last year it ended at 215. So again, in all possibility, it end with 166 in my opinion. Then University College of Medical Sciences, University of Delhi, Delhi. Last year was 559. This year it's 435. Last year it ended with 559 again. So if you now carefully notice, in the top colleges, the round 1 cutoff is frozen and it's done and dusted. Not much change happens. Assuming it happens, say about a couple of ranks is what will sway. So you can actually assume that this is what it will be ending with, as far as the top 4 colleges is concerned. Now let's come to this one, Madras Medical College, Chennai. Last year was 695. This year it's 672. This 695, by the time it closed, it went up to 1,296. So you have a decent amount of journey still. Then GMC Chandigarh, last year was 690. This year it's 704. The 690 ended at 690 here, by the way. Lady Harding, so Madras changed dramatically. So this is something that you should be looking at very carefully. It might not change so much. I'm surprised that Madras Medical College changed so much, but normally it doesn't do that. Then you have Lady Harding, 1128 last year. This year it's 870. So a dramatic fall, which means Lady Harding is so much more in competition. Last year, this 1128 ended with 1129. So this year also, it will not change much. Anything beyond 900, you will be surprised. So it will be less than 900 is my opinion. Then you have BJ Medical College, Ahmedabad, 889 last year, 1094 in the current year. Last year, it ended with 889. Then State GS Medical College, Mumbai, 868 last year, 1128 this year. Last year it ended with 1126. From 868 it ended with 1126. So this year about 1200 is what you can hope because it's already reached 1128. Then Savai Mansingh Medical College, Jaipur, 1174 last year, 1144 this year, ended with 2531. So you actually have a decent journey to happen. Stanley Medical College, 1258 last year, 1180 in the current year. This ended with 6781. So as you keep going down the ladder, what are GMCs but government medical but very locally strong? There are people who make those choices depending on how the all India institutions also behave. But this is what happened this year. GMC Kozhikode 1173 last year. This year it's 1251. Ended with 1173 last year. King George Medical College, Lucknow, 1628 last year, 1349, dramatically lesser this time around. But this 1628 ended with 2588 by the time it closed counseling. Then you have Baba Saheb Ambedkar Medical College and Hospital, New Delhi, 1772 last year, 1357 this year. So a dramatic fall of 415. It became that much more competitive. But it ended with 2459 last year. So this year it will go up to 2000, in my opinion. Then Bangalore Medical College and Research Center, Bangalore, 1338 last year, 17774 this year, a drop of 436 ranks, which means it became that much more easy. This ended with 1642. This year it will end with about 2000 possibly. Then you have Government Kilpauk Medical College, Chennai, 1758 this last year, 1942 the current year, drop of 184 ranks. GMC Thiruvananthapuram, 1695 last year, 2074 this year. Again, it became that much more easy by 379 ranks. North Delhi Municipal Corporation Medical College, Delhi, 1744 last year, 2217 this year, drop of 473, ended with 2986 last year. So you have a journey as you keep going down the ladder is what I'm trying to explain. GMC Oman Durar, 3171 last year, this year is 2354, ended with 817 ranks is what it became that much more difficult, but it ended with 12,902. Just look at the kind of journey it had by the time it closed its counseling. Then Grant Medical College, Mumbai, 2368 last year, 2379 in the current year, ended with about 11 ranks, but ended with 6251. So what is 2368? Ended with 6251. So that's what we're talking about. Moving further, we came up to Grant Medical College now. Dr. Ramanohar Institute of Medical Sciences, Lucknow, 3323 last year, 2673 in the current year, a drop of 650 ranks. That's quite high, but it ended with 6184 last year. Then you have Lokmanya Tilak Municipal Medical College in Mumbai, Sion, 1887 last year, 2736 in the current year, which is a dramatic, easing off of 849 ranks, but it ended 8483 last year. Gandhi Medical College, Secunderabad, 2173 last year. This year it's 2756. BJ Medical College, Pune, 2542 last year. This year it's 2770. Medical College, Kolkata, 2714 last year, ended with 2795 current year. GMC, Srinagar, Kashmir, 2592 last year, 2800 in the current year. You actually can take this down if you want a screenshot of this whole thing. Then GMC Kottayam, 2172 last year, 2905. It's eased off dramatically. All these things have eased off, right? And then Madurai Medical College, Madurai, 2543 last year, 2907 this year. But remember, there's a lot of journey that's going to happen at the bottom end here. This entire thing, there's a lot of easing journey that is there. So to that extent, it's be slightly volatile, but at least in round one you get to know the indication or of whether it's become more difficult or more easy, or how much more it is in demand as by the student community at this point in time as compared to what happened last year. And with that, you can actually make some kind of a understanding, adjustment and prediction or projection also of what the journey would be by the time you actually get into this hole. Now, as I keep telling you, if you still need any help, we are always there for you to help, to help you out. You send us a message on this number, 8130 3763334. Send us a message NEET, and we'll have one of our counselors call you up to, if you need any personalized counseling. Do subscribe to Medical360 because we're creating a lot of content to help you people out. So it is very important for you to know what's happening around. And this is a series that we're doing in sync with SRM Medical College Hospital and Research Center, affiliated to SRM ISP, which is a deemed university based in Chennai in Tamil Nadu.